Yes. All right. Hello, everybody. Want to say hi and thanks for coming to my homeroom for success today. It is Wednesday, October 28th, and I am here every afternoon to help teenagers find themselves, figure out what they're interested in doing, what inspires them, what is where their dreams are, what's really igniting their fire and their passions, as well as where are some of those hurdles or some of those things that we kind of need to get past and move on and make a plan in order to reach those plans, those goals, and those dreams. So I am here every day. I'm Kirsten Peck, by the way. I can't remember if I said that or not. It's funny doing these every day because now this is number 28. I am here on my own challenge. It's called the Smart Start Challenge, where every day I want to challenge myself with some personal growth, some reflection on what I am interested in and what's important to me, focus my energy on things that are important to me, and working through those things makes me feel really good about myself, really happy about life, because I'm making progress in my goals and I'm living the life that I wanted to achieve. So I would like to teach these skills. They're life skills that I know the high schools and the middle schools have quit teaching. And so I really want to bring it to students. I also forgot to tell you guys, if you haven't heard, I am a high school English teacher. I typically teach freshmen. And I've put together this Smart Start Challenge for my struggling freshman students because so many of them tell me that they're frustrated with school. They don't know why they're coming to school. It's a big waste of time. And I really, in my classroom, when they say that to me, I just want to shake them, but I can't. And so I spent my summer vacation putting together all of my ideas, all of the trainings that I've been in, all of the work and all of the research that gets done in becoming a high school English teacher. I've put all that together and I created my own challenge for teenagers to work a little bit every day for 31 days. And at the end of the 31 days, I guarantee that you will have a better perspective on life and your future and how you're going to get there. So it's an amazing 31-day turnaround if you are up for the competition. So I've made it a challenge because I know that teenagers like competition and I like competition. In fact, I talk about champions and competitions a lot. In fact, that's going to make me start talking again about the Raves and the World Series. Because last night the Los Angeles Dodgers won the World Series for baseball, and I have to give it up to them. Thank you very much. Great season, you guys. Unbelievable sportsmanship and athleticism. That's a difficult word. Athleticism. And practice and just years and years of work goes into what magic happened last night. So unfortunately, I live here in Tampa Bay and my Rays didn't quite get there, but they too just showed up and really delivered, and Rays strong, Rays up, and really super cool. So all of that, because, it does take that determination and that attitude and that focus and energy. And so I'm here every day in my homeroom, and I'm reaching out for a few minutes every day and taking a break out of the work that I'm doing, because I have started up this business and I'm in the finishing steps of writing my book or this handbook and getting this all together and getting the website launched and getting the YouTube channel up and all of this working. So I'm just kind of here for a minute getting the outreach started for my teenagers that I'm looking for. And every day, so in the homeroom or in our practice every day, I want to talk about one particular topic and something out of the challenge that if you're just following along with me, you can follow along. Or if you want to get the upgraded package and do individual coaching one-on-one, you can do that as well with me. You can book those on my website. And so today I wanted to talk about something that's come up. I was looking through it and was about your first impression and what people think about you. And I think a couple days ago I might have talked about first impressions specifically, but really I was getting a little bit more to reputation and sort of how you carry yourself and how you conduct yourself and how people can know that like instantly when you meet someone or within the first days of meeting someone, just by the way things that you say and the way you go about your life. And so I've got this kind of a list here, and it's not again, there's no right or wrong answers. Everybody is a little different, and it's knowing who you are and making sure that how you're acting or how you're putting out your message, if that's truly reflecting the person that you want to be. And so to some of these, it's about, are you quiet and reserved, or are you talkative and outgoing? Very two very opposite types of personalities. And actually, if we were talking personality test, Myers-Briggs, that's like the first determinant of it, is that it's either you're either outwardly energized and need that passion of a crowd of people, you like that energy, you need that interaction, or you really prefer the quiet time, refueling, recharging your batteries, focusing in on yourself and what you need to make happen. And that either of those two things are like, they're both perfect, and it's which is more perfect for you. And I know people are, well, I'm both. And yes, of course you're both, but you tend to lean one way or the other. And as you can imagine, I'm much more outgoing than I am quiet and reserved. And so, I remember one time walking into a really crowded dining room at a big restaurant one time and just being so excited. I almost was like laughing and giddy and laughing by the energy of the room. And I know I feel that at school when I go onto we have this big concourse, and when all the 2,000 students are in the concourse, that energy just makes me so happy. Other people on that other end of the spectrum want no part of that. They can't wait to get out of the concourse. They don't want to go to those big parties. They don't like that kind of thing. And so that, again, they're both right, but it really sets off that type of personality when, you instantly meet somebody, and whether somebody thinks that you want to talk to them or whether you'd rather not. Here's another one. Well, back to the lots of people or more alone in the small groups. Animals. Do you love being around animals, or would you really rather not and really just be like, no, I'm not a dog person, which offends people. I have a friend that gets offended because I'm not such a dog person, and that whole, you love dogs or you don't love dogs. And, one of my friends thinks I'm totally crazy because I'm not a dog person. Like, things you learn about people, the more that you meet them and the more you talk to them and things. Here's one. I love working with other people, or I prefer reading, writing, and working on my computer by myself. I love being a team player, but I have more of an entrepreneurial spirit. So again, that's more and the same thing with your spare time. Would you rather be alone with people? Would you rather be by yourself? Sports. Would you prefer to be a spectator, or would you prefer to be watching? Do you want to go play that baseball game last night? Or are you perfectly happy sitting on the couch watching it from home? Big difference. So, humor. Are you funny, or I tend to be a more serious person? Which way do those go? And just that sort of, your personality and the things that you put out there are creating, to some ways, are part of creating your future. And that, if you're quiet and you keep to yourself, then you might not be out in those kinds of events where people are meeting each other or there's interactions going on. And now, of course, that's all changed with COVID. And I think that's having a whole big issue with lots of people's personalities, because we can't literally be in that big dining room with all those people that made me so happy. So I'm here on the internet in my Zoom calls with 20 people trying to be on my big crowd. So just it's things to think about, and just ways how you put that to your future, and how you could use it, or how it might be hurting you a little bit, and that people might not consider you for things. If they're going to pick teams and they want somebody to be like the captains of these teams, they might not say that you could be the captain of the team, even though you're perfectly organized and you'd be very good at it, but you just are quiet and you're not really that talkative. That could be holding you back if you like those kinds of leadership roles. So lots of a lot more details when we get into the actual challenge. It's about 15-20 minutes every day. And I see here on my clock, I'm already over my 10 minutes. So I'll just stop rambling on here talking about personality. And actually, one of the early psychologists back in the 1920s, a guy named Carl Jung, Jung, which is kind of funny because it's pronounced Young. But he was like one of the first psychologists that theorized that people could create their personalities, and that people could create these identities of who they wanted to be. And so as the research is proving now, almost 100 years later, it's proving very true that you can decide, I want to be a leader. And so I need to develop these kinds of qualities in order to get those promotions, in order to have that kind of a life, if that's something that you're interested in doing. And so those are skills, and you just decide to work on them, and you can come take a class, and next thing you know, you could be the leader. So anyway, I have to go back to what I was working on. Thank you for coming over here to my Homeroom for Success. I hope you'll visit the website, askmisspeck.com, and go over there to go ahead and get your tickets and get your your reservation time to work with me, and as well as get copies of the book, the Smart Start Challenge Handbook. It's getting there over there. askmisspeck.com. I'm Kirsten Peck, every day here at 3 o'clock. So thanks a lot. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I got to get back to work.